bigger. We say bigger is better. But the truth is, better is better. But when we say we're going to have better work, we think by default in our culture, that means bigger, more efficiency, more sales, more effectiveness, bigger paychecks, bigger bonuses, fatter 401ks, more promotions, more recognition. We think that bigger is better. Now, I hope that with whatever you do for a living, you can have all of those things. I mean, I'm sincerely cheering you on when it comes to bigger, when it comes to work. But the truth is, you can experience all of the bigger with work that you can, but work still won't be better. You can have the bigger, but still be frustrated, exhausted, daydreaming of early retirement with your work if you don't understand how to make work better. Today, I'm talking about better. Now, there's a couple of challenges in addressing this topic in a room this big with an audience this diverse online. And then the challenge is we do all kinds of different work. Before service this morning, I had a conversation with someone who works in daycare, and I went straight from that into a conversation with someone who does private global equity consulting. I mean, we are all over the map when it comes to what we do for a living. We've got laborers and we've got knowledge workers. We've got GEDs and PhDs. We've got blue collar, we've got white collar, we've got collars that are covered in baby drool and spit up because you are also raising kids, which is also work. And by the way, quick commercial break. Next week in this series, we're talking about better parenting. If you have children at any age, or if you plan on having children in the future, next week is a can't miss sermon as we talk about better parenting. Commercial break over, back to the sermon. So we are all over the map when it comes to what we do for a living. We're all over the map with our levels of education, and we're all over the map with whatever stage of work we're at. For some of us, you're in school right now. And school is your work as you're preparing for a career in the future. Some of us are really early on and you're trying to make a name for yourself and you're trying to prove your worth. Some of us, we're at the place where we're looking at retirement and heading in that direction. Some of us are retired and some of us, like me, we're just right in the middle of all of this. So I thought, what is it that all of us have in common when it comes to work and how we can experience better work? Well, the answer is that the average American adult spends half of their waking hours at work or engaged in work-related activities, like your commute. What that means is half of our waking hours, which is your life, by the way, half of our adult lives are spent with work. And here's what that means. If you're not experiencing a high quality of work, you will not experience a high quality of life. Okay, there is a direct link by the quality of your experience of work and the quality of your life, because going to work is the single biggest time-consuming category we have as adults. Unfortunately, surveys show that when it comes to work in America, we are not having great work experiences. Here's some data I want to share with you. According to recent surveys, when it comes to work in America, 85% of Americans say they are disengaged with their work. Now, engagement is measured by clarity of expectations. Does someone in your workplace care about you? Are there opportunities to grow and learn more in your field? Are you able to do the work where you feel you actually add the most value? I mean, basic 101 level important things for creating a healthy culture are not happening. And 85% of us, therefore, feel disengaged when we are at work. So it's no surprise, therefore, that 73% of us are considering leaving. Now this isn't like some passive thing. I'm not considering leaving. Y'all are stuck with me. That means for every one of me, there's 3 of us in the room or online that are thinking in the last 12 months of leaving my workplace. And 53% of Americans, this is just since COVID, this number has skyrocketed since COVID, feel exhausted whenever they're at work. Here's what that means. Half of us are singing, "It's just another manic Monday," 85% of us are singing Everybody's Working for the Weekend, and 3/4 of us are singing Take This Job and Shove It. Now, I realize I have totally dated myself with these lyric references in the non-romantic sense, but the state of work in America is not good. I mean, just from a societal level, this should be incredibly concerning to us, because if we're not experiencing good, flourishing environments at work, we are not going to lead flourishing lives. So what can we do about that? Well, here's the good news. The good news is that the biblical authors address the topic of work more than 400 times. You see, they understood the important connection between work and the quality of your life and human flourishing. So over and over and over, they give us so much insight on how to experience better work.